Attention viewers, this is an interdimensional state of emergency. Some of the most wanted criminals in the multiverse have recently escaped captivity and we need your help to catch them. You can help by wearing this shirt showcasing these dastardly forces of evil, available only on Teespring, to spread the word to other citizens. The artist rendering was done by Kitsune Zakuro. Subscribe to her channel below for more information. We need these villains captured by July 25th so you can get this shirt until then. Hurry! Hurry! Hurry!
What is going on, guys? This is Michael Williams from Cartoon Universe, and as you can tell, the audio quality is kind of doo-doo. I am here with Haley and Skyward Wing, and we are at the hotel for D23. It's been an emotional day. We've had a lot of nonsense, but we just finished watching the Star vs. the Force of Evil Season 3 premiere, Battle for Mewni, and we have a lot of thoughts and questions and emotions. So I'll let our guest start off with his initial thoughts and confusion, just general of the whole movie.
Overall, I would like to iterate, we actually saw the episodes in the wrong order.
Yeah, all right.
To start off.
Okay. That was my B. I played the wrong episode. It was the third episode, and we were supposed to do the second one. So I messed up there, but we didn't get anything spoiled technically because it was stuff that was already in the trailer.
We were
so it just kind of ruined the flow.
Yeah, it was the overall flow of things because we were like, why is Marco in the dungeon? And we had no idea why. And then we ended up going back and watching the second episode, so that was fine. It all ended up sorting itself. It wasn't anything you were just like, wait a minute. You know, it was just kind of minor things, but
so I've done that before.
Just putting that out there.
Yeah, so the ruined the flow a little bit, but a lot happened. So Haley, what about you? Your thoughts?
Well, I really liked it. I'm sure y'all did. It was like very shocking, honestly, like what they got away with in these couple of episodes.
Seriously, the imagery and the implications were ridiculous.
You know, it's amazing. I don't know.
The scene one specific part that seemed very gory for a show like this was when Toffee is coming back, like his formation, and it like snaps like Ludo's neck or just kind of turns his head. It's just very creepy and ominous as it overtakes his body. I'm just like, oh, kid show.
Yeah,
this is great. Yeah, Mickey, you're up to something. But it was overall it was really really cool. This is why we love shows like this because they have that like layer of dark to it.
Yeah. Got really dark this episode like a number of times.
Though it does show like implication of what's going to be potentially the next threat in Star, considering we did see the whole thing about Moon's background with Toffee and the Whispering Spell and Eclipsa. So what about you guys? What do you guys figure from all of it?
Well, it looks like Toffee's pretty much dead, which is kind of disappointing because he's my favorite character, and I love him as a villain. And Haley's bringing up when we were watching it, like we kind of didn't really learn about why he knew about the Whispering Spell and stuff like that.
We got like nothing. He seemed to know a lot.
Yeah.
But we got pretty much nothing.
Yeah, except for skeleton and melting flesh. But yeah, we'll probably learn that in the flashback at some point. I don't think that's something that would just leave. And if they do, I'll be kind of upset. Or maybe it'll be in the spell book that's coming out that they're releasing. Maybe they'll have a little bit of lore why Toffee knows what he knows, because they did mention at the panel that they'd like to throw little stuff in that they can't fit into the show, so that might be one of those situations. But yeah, so going down the list real quick, Lekmet is dead. He's confirmed dead. His ashes are just ashes. He's not coming back at all. Really tragic.
You think he's...
I don't think so.
He's not a lifeless husk because he can't be. There's no husk.
He has the horn, the dust.
I don't think that's
weird
enough.
for them to have
we'll
the
see.
dust.
We've seen that they brought back pretty much everyone, except him. One thing, though, about the whole Toffee thing is from Season 1, we still don't even know why he wanted the wand to be whispered to. Like, we still don't even understand why that happened.
Like, how he answered it?
So he wanted to go inside the wand. He knew that. He knew that much because when this started the Whispering Spell again, she got sucked into it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then all of his plans were just instantly foiled after that? Like, that...
Like, he walked away. Like, he got in the wand and then got out the wand, and the wand turned into dust in his hand. The piece of the wand turned to dust in his hand.
Wasn't he kind of disappointed when that happened?
I don't know.
I felt like he was like, oh, what the heck?
No, I think he was being...
hand.
No, I think that was just
he was
symbol of by Star. Like, that's just it.
Yeah, Star's
so
dead
maybe
now.
wants,
deal with it.
Like, my initial thought was, or in Season 1, like, he wanted to get rid of it.
Oh, the wands.
Yeah, like, get rid of it.
Well, that was probably his long game, but I guess that's how he had to do that, was to do the Whispering Spell, go in the wand, manipulate somebody into getting him, and it happened to be Ludo, and then basically taking over that body completely, and then crushing the wands, and then basically making it useless at that point. But Star kind of messed that up.
Even then, though, the way season 2 ended, where Moon basically fights Toffee, and then he's very firm about getting his finger back.
Mm-hmm.
But he has the power of the wand as inside of Ludo's body, and it's just kind of it doesn't really even explain either, like when Toffee or Ludo take over. Like it's just kind of very random. Like when the book burns,
Yeah.
you know, Toffee takes over, but when it doesn't. And what happened to Gloucester? It's just so many questions.
Yeah, I'm sure there's an answer for it because when Star was in that little area, the goop, Toffee was like, "Oh, only I can talk to her now." So I'm sure there's some type of control factor that you can only do it at certain points. A lot of questions, a lot of lore that's happening that we're not understanding at all. Like, what's up with Glossaric? This man burned alive, and then he was in the wand. Because
Star drowned, so she was presumed to still be in the wand in that scene. So when Glossaric must still be in the wand in that scene too, but how?
Yeah, how did that happen? I guess because well, first of all, Glossaric seemed to have known all this was going to happen. He was prepared for it, so he clearly had a plan, but we don't know how he executed that plan. And also, it doesn't seem like Glossaric. It almost seemed like Glossaric was a figment of Star's imagination, almost, or he was talking to Star internally, but he wasn't really there. By the way, he faded away when she dipped down completely. So I'm really confused, what happens now? Does he manifest himself through the wand and the book? So there needs to be a book, so maybe he comes through Star's book that she's writing. I don't know, it's really confusing.
And now there's a season 3 wand. There's a whole new wand.
Yeah,
it's not.
But it's the same wand at the same time.
Is there a new unicorn in it now?
It might be a totally different one.
I think so. I can't remember what the first one looked like, so it's kind of hard to tell that little detail.
Yeah, I think it's nice. It looks interesting. I don't know. You guys think about the wand itself?
It's not split either. So the whole concept of light and darkness is completely gone with that idea of the wand. For now. Yeah. So it's just the wand just seems to be back to normal like it was in season 1. It should function how it wants to. It's not corrupt, I guess, anymore. Mm-hmm. It leads me into believing that season 3 is just from now on. Season 3 is going to be tackling a new threat. It doesn't seem like it's going to be Star kind of dealing with her own, her coming of age story anymore.
Yeah,
but that's interesting because then we have this whole other thing of Eclipsa escaping soon-ish, probably. So if Star meets Eclipsa, will that go back into that thread of story, or light versus dark again? Dark magic, I guess.
Yeah, I think because obviously it seems like they're leading towards Eclipsa, but how we don't know what Eclipse's whole deal is, but it does feel like Toffee's story wasn't over yet, so that's really interesting. But I forget what I was gonna say, something about Eclipse.
The outro's new.
Outro's new. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So she's on Mewni now. It seems like she's gonna stay on Mewni based off the outro. It's not about Earth. She's not on Earth. She's on Mewni. It's super anime, by the way, with the wind flowing in the hair. If you watched it on TV, you probably didn't see that part, but the new outro is really cool. I like it. But yeah, it seems like she's going to be focused on Mewni. Marco's going to be with her on Mewni. It looks like the next thing is going to be them cleaning up after all of this disaster and stuff like that. So that's probably going to be the next step. But it doesn't look like we're going to be dealing with a lot of Earth shenanigans for a little while. Which is weird because Jan is in the intro.
I mean, I feel like they'll go back occasionally, but the majority of the plot won't be on Earth anymore. I think they're beyond that now. And Marco can just come and go as ever he pleases, so it's not like he lives with her anymore. They have that, they're separated now, but it's not like they're apart. So, he will always be present because he has the ability to leave and come back as he wants to.
So. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm really excited because it seems like the way they left it off, there's a lot of stuff we could go into that wouldn't be quote-unquote fillery. They have to clean up Mewni after all of that nonsense. There's still the matter of Star revealing her feelings to Marco that were not able to be addressed during this time and probably won't be for a couple episodes. And then there's Eclipsa coming back and the Magical Commission coming back and stuff like that. I'm actually kind of sad we didn't get to see Mina Loveberry's descent into madness. I kind of totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get more than one flashback sequence because I thought there would be a lot more than that. I thought I don't know, Moon looked to be pretty young at that age, and I thought it would take longer for like the battle with Toffee.
Yeah.
Or was there more that we didn't see, or I don't know. Toffee looks pretty angry.
Yeah, we still have a lot of questions about him, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to be answered through the, I guess I'll call it the Eclipse arc, as we're going into now. But
Probably.
because there's still so many things we don't know about him.
Yeah, and like, so you guys were saying you felt it was a little fast the way they killed off Toffee, which was absolutely insane, by the way, straight up Dragon Ball Z. I have a mixed feeling. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I thought it was really amazing the way they presented it at the very least, even if it was fast. It was like it was basically metal how everything happened, and then we had a whole Sailor Moon transformation sequence. So what did you guys think about Toffee being pretty much killed off, considering Eclipse seems to be coming back, and that was kind of the deal, where she could only come back after Toffee was dead?
I'm pretty sad about Toffee being killed off like that. I mean, because I really thought he had a connection to Eclipse in some form. I mean, she did run off with a monster. Obviously not Toffee, but you know, if they have some kind of connection, it would have been cool to see them interact like that, or you know, him getting help from Eclipse, or you know, vice versa. But that might not happen if he's gone for good.
My thing was, I feel like it was extremely rushed. There was no like battle up to this point. There was just kind of Star's doing her star thing, and then gets sucked into a wand, and then she's in this tidal wave of thing, and then Glossaric has a pot of soup that's boiling, and then she turns into a butterfly and eviscerates him. Like, I just kind of like, what? That happened really fast, and I wish they fleshed that out a little more. I did like the cinematic when she's transforming. I thought that was really nice. I also really liked the scene where Marco just like punches a hole in Toffee.
Oh, that was so sick.
You can imagine how hard he had to hit him, because like that, like oh my god, and Marco got sent flying. Like, he should be sustaining some serious damage. He got thrown into a wall. Like, it's just not.
He's just a regular boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was wild. I really love Toffee as a villain, so I am sad to see him go, because he's my favorite character in the show. But from what I've seen of it, what we've seen of Eclipse so far, is not what I was expecting at all. She was really hankering this candy bar, and she just kept munching on it. She was like goofy. So I'm really excited to see her, if she's really this queen of evil and super dark. Like, I'm very curious to see that juxtaposition of her doofy personality and also her being really evil and dark. So I hope she's a really interesting villain. I hope she has just as crazy a backstory as Toffee was built up to have.
I hope so too. I really like the route they're going. She seems fun. Like, I think I will enjoy her on time, like on her on-screen presence. I think it'll be enjoyable from that little snippet that we've seen of her.
What do you guys think? Is she like totally like just evil? I mean, she didn't seem too bad, although it seems like she could have more intentions, obviously, with the spell that she gave to, or she made a deal with Moon. But yeah, what do you guys think about that?
I think future. Yeah, I think it's kind of a misdirection, because we're like, oh, she's not too evil. But I also,
that's how to get you.
Yeah, but it might be a misdirection because they're almost setting it up as if she is really evil, but we're supposed to feel like her innocent nature or innocent demeanor in that scene was supposed to be a misdirection. So it could be a reverse. So she might actually not be evil, and like that seems to be kind of the message of the show, where monsters aren't all bad. Can we all just get along? Like, why are you demonizing this girl for being into monsters? And even Glossaric said she's the only one that never bothered me. So she might not actually be evil. She might just have some
She's
twisted...
just misunderstood.
Yeah. She might be misunderstood and kind of have a twisted way of dealing with things. It's a possibility.
If anything, I think I just learned that the most, I guess, close-minded character throughout the series has been Moon. Yeah. Like, she's not listening to Star. She's not listening. She's basically a racist. That's just not cool. And I don't know. We don't know why she was crystallized. We don't know what she did. We know she married a monster, but is it because they locked her up because the stigma of monsters being evil, and how could a queen, get with the monster? And maybe that's why they did it. It was against their values. You know, she's not really an evil queen. They perceived her as that, and throughout history, because she did such an awful thing.
It might be a mix of both, because it seems now that Toffee's gone, she kind of has to take the mantle of main villain. So I think there's got to be some type of layer of evil and bad intentions, or maybe radicalness, if that's a word, to her, and then maybe by the end of the series we kind of have Star somewhere in the middle where she sees part of Eclipse's point, but she took it too far, and she also sees the point of the Mewmins, but they also took it too far, and she finds a happy middle. But yeah, I think that's probably where they're going with the whole Eclipse situation. But yeah, any final thoughts?
Oh, I have a couple more points.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So you mentioned, Star. Sky, you mentioned Star's like ultimate butterfly form.
Oh yeah.
Whatever it's called, and I just want to say that was amazing. Like Sailor Moon, totally.
The animation sequence was really, really well done.
Yeah, so it was good to finally see that because we knew her mother could do that. So it was like the dipping down, but of course Star could do it at a much younger age than Moon. And I was like hoping maybe to see Moon's first time. I wonder when how that happened. I guess. But seeing Star do that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, and it was really overpowered, which I think really was kind of to showcase how strong Star is. That, the Queen Moon and the entire Magical Commission could not take this man out, and he wasn't even in his body, and Star did it in one blow. Like, that shows how much potential she has. As Baby said, she's just as strong as Queen Eclipse was. So that should be really interesting.
That's weird because I thought like throughout season 2 they really made it build that a lot of her strength comes from her darkness, like her little bit of darkness that she has in her light as like a composition of she has an even balance of both. But now that she's just full, I guess, light because of her wand is more it works as a metaphor, and she like Kamehameha'd him to oblivion. Like, I don't know why, but. She also, she was really winded after. I don't know if it's because of her young body or because she's never done something like that before. But
yeah, she did say she didn't know what that was when Marco was asking. If you like listen in the background, they're like talking, and Marco's asking, "What was that?" She's like, "I don't even really know what was happening." So she doesn't seem fully aware of her power just yet, but I think she's gonna learn pretty quick.
So I also wanted to talk about the future of some other characters. So first off, Ludo. What do you think? Do you think he's gonna have a role again? Eventually, because he just got tossed out
into the void.
Yeah, pretty much.
As he wanted. He wants to go through another character arc again. I think I've been saying this for a while. I think he's going to get redeemed, and I think he pretty much was the moment he tipped the tower over Toffee and just crushed his body. Kids show, but yeah, I think that was pretty much the defining moment where Ludo was no longer really a villain, and I think he's going to go through some travels. He might actually get legitimately competent and learn some tricks and come back in some type of fight and just show up out of nowhere or something like that.
Yeah, definitely think he was a happy medium. Like in season 1, he was just kind of that doofy villain. Like we didn't have a Toffee yet, until much later in the season. Season 2, like he's only made intimidating via Toffee, and I think that is something that's important about his character. He realized that like he's really not much of anything.
Yeah.
And so him, potentially going to a more positive side can really build his worth as a character. To himself, not to the viewers, but to himself. Like he feels like he's doing something great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also another character that we saw again was Buff Frog. Were you expecting to have such an importance in, I guess, this arc or this part of this beginning of the series?
Sort of, based off the clip that they showed, because they should kind of give us in. They showed us a little bit too much, but not really. There's still a lot of surprises. Actually, that's another point. I really love how they do promos because they specifically edited stuff so it didn't spoil anything. So like when Moon picked up Ludo, in the promo, in his eye reflection, it was Moon and Star, so you weren't like suspicious. But in the show, it was just Moon because Star was in the wand. And then when in the clip where Ludo was trying to write his stuff in the book, Glossaric was there, and they edited him out for the promo clip, which is really interesting. So I love how they do that because I don't see that really often, and they kind of hid some stuff from us while also showing us a lot of the hype stuff. But yeah.
I forgot the question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my bad. I went on a tangent.
Oh, I was just talking about Buff Frog and his like.
Oh,
he's
right.
also pretty important.
He's I think he's gonna play like if I see like an end game for the series, he's definitely gonna play like an ambassador between like the monsters and the humans, like for peace, like overall. Like he got to be the key dude. He has to be the one. Him or Ludo. It has to be one of them.
Yeah, and some other characters that we saw during this, we actually met quite a few new ones, but we re-saw Ruberia. That's how you say his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hopefully we got that down. And we also met 2 other characters who I guess were like they're all artists, and that was really funny, and I enjoy meeting them. And
Mime's a genius.
The mime's the best one.
everyone else says that too. And, yeah, everyone agrees. There's no contest here. They were funny, and
Yeah,
they
they're
actually
good.
helped out. Oh, we also saw a lot of King Butterfly River, and he actually did. We thought, oh, he's dead. He's
Yeah,
done.
he just got.
He
Like, he
lives
almost got Ned
amongst
Stark,
the
man.
Eagles. Oh my lord! I was like, what?
I'm curious how that happened. Like, did he land in a nest, or did he land on an
Do
eagle?
they have a city in
or-
the sky?
That's all sticky.
Yeah, because it is Mewni. Anything could happen.
Yeah, so he actually, I don't know, he can actually kind of be competent at some points. I like seeing him in the flashback. He seems almost like a different person a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
When he's younger.
I think it's mostly the voice. Like,
That really says something about Moon too, because he brought up how she lays out an outfit for him every time, like every day for when she'll come back,
Mhm.
and then she had so many outfits left out for him
Yes.
because she knew that she was not going to return.
yeah.
She left her husband for dead. That's just kind of like wow. That's
If she was doing it to protect
They
Star.
both have problems.
like wow. That's kind of that's messed up. That's so messed up.
Mhm. Yeah, so it's nice to see all those characters. A lot of them, almost all of them, had importance in this couple of episodes, which is great to see. And one final character I want to talk about that, just his future about is Marco. Like, is he? Of course he was in the whole thing. He had the scissors, so he went to go, I guess, free Moon. I mean, not Moon. River. Yeah, well, he failed there.
Yeah.
Pretty kind of.
He did his best.
Yeah, and then actually at the big ending, or for him, was just he like punched Toffee,
That was so
went
sick.
right through him.
That's
Yeah,
a
we were
lot
all
of
like,
his character.
when he did that, we were not expecting that. It was pretty great, but obviously it did nothing because he's just a normal human. So,
But it felt like it did something when it happened.
Yes.
Like, I was like, oh yeah.
It's like Toffee stopped and was like-
yeah. He's like, boy, if you don't. Yeah, that's actually really interesting. I think Marco's 16 years of being a badass on a motorcycle
there we go.
actually
Finally.
kind of came into play there, because I don't think season 1 Marco would have punched Toffee in the chest like that. Yeah.
I mean, towards the end, he was gonna fight him. I remember he was trapped in the glass box, and he's
Yeah.
like,
Oh
let
yeah,
me
that's
go.
true.
Like-
Yeah, he's
and
pretty.
he tried to
fast.
swing, and then the box
Yeah.
is there.
I feel like, if with Toffee gone, like all that symbolism and stuff that we've been looking at
Yeah.
for the series, I'm like, okay, where's that? Is that going there? Was
With
it
his
just throwing us
arm and-
off? Was something else up with that? Because I kind of want to see that. Maybe Marco will take the place.
Yeah, I
of-
was about to say, unless like when Marco punched Toffee left his like DNA in his arm or
'cause
something.
That's a
And he
reach.
just-
That's a reach.
Well, which arm was it? If it was his.
Yeah, of course. Gotta look back.
I know.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think that's
because they
good.
haven't brought the monster arm since the end of season 1, I think.
Yeah.
Except in the book. Then you
Yeah.
read the book. But besides that, it's like, okay, where's all this going? With all the symbolism of, him kind of being towards the monster side, because it seemed like, if anything, it's always been Star interacting with the monsters more than Marco, at least recently. And then, like you said, she all lied again. So what does that mean for Marco, I guess?
Yeah, because she seems to have learned sort of that monsters aren't all bad. So I don't think that angle that we were going with Star fighting Marco, like Marco on the monster
Yeah.
side, Star on the human side, will really work as well anymore, unless something happens that paints her view of all monsters differently, which I don't think. Well, thank you guys for watching. Again, apologies for the doo-doo mic quality. I'm just recording on my Mac, and we're just in the hotel. But yeah, let us know what you thought of Battle for Mewni. Did you think Toffee dying was rushed? What do you understand what was happening with the whole Glossaric in Star's wand thing? Was he really there? How'd he get there? There's a lot of questions and a lot of theory videos to be made in the next few days for sure. And thank you, Skyward Wing, for coming on board.
It's been
Boyd.
fun.
Yeah.
I had fun. It was a good time.
Yeah, it's fun time watching many people die. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video.